So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the best low cap memes to be getting into in today's market, as the fear and greed index is still at its lowest point ever. As we can see here clearly, now we are at the lowest point ever, and historically whenever I got into these lows, when the fear was at this point here in the market, the gains I've witnessed were astronomical. So this is the best time to be talking about this right now here. Now as well, it is one of those charts I like to look at when I'm trying to get my entries on altcoins and meme coins. And usually whenever it's at its lowest point, we want to be accumulating those lows on those ETH memes. Now this was at the end of 2023, and this was one of the best times to get into meme coins. This was as well the best time to get into Pepe. As you can see here, Pepe was just still around this time here, and around that time as well, the fear and greed index was still at its lows, or basically what it's at today. And from that time, we seen a 40x play out on Pepe overall to its all-time high. And a 40x on Pepe means 100x or a 200x on lower cap memes like Brett on each, which is now slowly starting to form a support here or a floor at around $6 to $7 million in its market cap. This at 600 million is 100x at 1.2 billion, which most of these meme coins achieve, is a 200x from today's prices. This is how basically low cap memes, or how much gains can low cap memes do when ETH starts to rally up higher. Whenever we see those major rallies by ETH, we've seen 40x from Pepe and Floki and most of the top memes as well. Here we've seen a major rally here with meme coins that started to as well pull in those major gains. We've seen as well Toshi recently going from 50 million to 1 billion as well from that simple move on Ethereum here. And we've all seen what happened here basically when we've seen the end, or the Trump pump at the end of 2024 was very major, and we've seen a lot of coins pumping. Now the larger memes did not rally that hard, where we've seen here Pepe going from this low where it's at right now here, from this low to this high, did another 3x, but basically because it's a higher market cap coin, we don't see those major gains. Now the 100x gains usually and 200x gains are with the lower market cap coins like Brett on 8, as well as Dorky, which is holding very strong right now here, slowly trying to break back up and starts to go for its next leg up, actually holding very well with this market. And what I'm seeing now is all the meme coins that survived this recent drop are gonna see astronomical gains when ETH starts to rally back up. This is something that a lot of people are sleeping on right now, is that a lot of people are getting bearish right now, and it's amazing to me to see that people like to buy the highs and sell the lows. And that's basically what we usually see with these rallies. Whenever we have peak euphoria like you've seen here in March of 2024, people started buying the tops on everything. Then we've seen the peak fear in September of 2024, still till November, or still till October, November 2024. People were just freaking out and selling out all their coins to start to buy again the top at around end of 2024, beginning 2025 with the Trump pump. And this always repeats. And basically the winners of this dip here, or the coins that stayed around in this dip, are the coins that are gonna make it with the next rally. And if you've been following the channel, you know that I'm expecting ETH's next rally is gonna be the biggest and the one that's gonna take it above its all-time high. So if we look at the ETH price here and see what's going on with Ethereum here, is that Ethereum is one of those top coins that haven't reached its all-time high yet, and slowly starting to gain. Now if we add XRP here to the mix, you would see the difference between, or how strong ETH is compared to XRP, and a lot of people are as well sleeping on this. And this is one thing as well I like to do, is that I don't like to follow the herd. While everybody's doing one thing, I want to look at what the next thing can be. And we can see clearly here this uptrend on XRP. Now XRP was as well on an uptrend, but not as strong as the one ETH has. So I do imagine the next rally up on ETH, like the one we've seen on XRP, is going to be more astronomical economical than the one that ETH is loading up or gearing up for. And now ETH is at 2,700 to 12k. It's gonna be around 4x or 3x and a half. And if ETH does 3x, coins like Pepe would do a 5x, and coins like Breton ETH would do a 200x, or Dorky as well. Now this is very important, as well as Toshi now is holding this support previous peak from that Binance or Coinbase listing, and we've seen that rally. Now it's forming a floor here. Now this could be as well another 10x from here, or 20x, as a base chain meme coin, which is a layer 2 on Ethereum. But basically the ETH memes are the ones where I really focus now. Now if we look at for a second at Breton ETH and how undervalued it is, now today it has a 24-hour volume on exchanges all included is $2 million, as it recently got as well another listing, and now it is on Mexi, Betmart, XT, BVox, Ascendex, DG Finex, Biconomy, and those exchanges here are seeing most of the volume now happening, where a lot of users that are on exchanges are buying up, where we can see those massive spikes on volume, which indicates that a lot of people are buying up, interested in these levels as well. This also shows how serious this meme coin is, as it is on major exchanges and gearing up for other tier 1 listings and all that. That's a big catalyst for meme coins usually, and shows how serious it is, as we see a lot of meme coins with no exchange listing that usually fade away and don't survive market downturns. And that's why I'm very bullish on Breton ETH, and I do think this is at least 100x, if not a 200x, because from today's prices, today's market cap, to go to $1 billion is literally a 200x from here. And these are the opportunities I like to look at. This basically reminds me of Floki back in the days when I started getting into it and had just few exchange listings, and people were really disregarding it, and it was very low, and it was one of my biggest trades to pull in a 200x as well on Floki. And this basically really reminds me of it, and this one of the coins I would be accumulating in these dips today, especially looking at ETH and how it is at. And I'm gonna get to ETH more in depth now, and what I do think ETH is gonna do, and when we can see actually this starts to play out, which I do think is gonna play out very soon. Now even Dorky, as a lower market cap coin, is still around. It's been around for a long time as well, and as well on Bitmart and Biconomy exchange. I do think they're gonna get even more exchanges, like Mexi and others are coming soon for it as well. And this shows me as well that they are staying around while the market is like that, while the market is freaking out. And I'm pretty sure you noticed a lot of low cap memes that have not survived or haven't gotten any exchange listings while the market is like that. So as well as on BNB, this is one of the low cap coins I've been accumulating as well, which is Vita Inu, which our coin is since 2021 basically as well on exchange list, got some exchange listings, very good exchange listings as well. And I've been sharing this on my channel for a long time right now, and I do think as well this one is gonna benefit from the rallies. And since Breton ETH is on Ethereum, I do think this is gonna be one of those major gainers, since Ethereum is the main chain and the main net, and everybody's really looking at it. And now we're seeing a lot of people now looking at ETH as now everybody consider it a coin that needs to pump for the altcoin season to happen. And I do imagine now that the altcoin season will mainly play on ETH, as everybody got burned by Solana memes and all that, and everybody's gonna start to look into actually quality memes that are on Ethereum. And those that I share with you now are the ones that are higher quality in a lower cap market cap, let's say in a low cheap market cap, as the title says. And for the higher caps, you got your Pepe, you got your Toshi as well on base. But for the low caps, you got your bet on ETH, you got your Dorky. There are some others, but those are the ones I'm really looking at. Now the thing is, what I really now look at every day is Ethereum chart. Now what we are noticing here is, before we had ETH ranging in this range here. So this is this took around 80 days, let's say, this range here. Now this range here, I do think we're gonna do less of that ranging here on that second here on the second range that we're at right now. And if we look at the 8 USD below the 8 BTC chart, the reason why I think that the second part here is going to be shorter is because the 8 BTC is most likely bottomed right now. And for those that do not understand, basically is if 8 BTC chart goes just by, let's say, 10% or 5% here, the USD chart will go much higher because it's here on up top here. It is valued against Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is already around 100K. So Bitcoin is already very high. And if ETH starts to go higher against Bitcoin, which is already high, the price of ETH against USD is going to get even higher. So just look at it this way. If ETH BTC goes up by 10%, the ETH USD chart will go up by double that, or 20%, let's say. And that's one reason why this part here is going to last shorter than the part we've seen in summer here back in the days around August, September, October, which was pretty much as well a very bad time as well on BTC. But today BTC is still higher while the ETH BTC chart is lower. So I do think this is gonna last less, and we already progressed into it. Maybe by March we're gonna start to see the ETH BTC starting to get back up higher, especially after we've seen Solana drama and all that, and people starting to look more and more into actual long-term plays and stable, more long-term strategies than just gambling on pump fund and all that. So I do think the capital is kind of flow into ETH and into ETH memes, as I just shared with you right now. And just to wrap up this, just remember now, the bull market is still ahead of us, right? That's the most important. The bull market is still gonna happen, and that all comes down to that global liquidity. And I shared with you this on the previous video. Basically, we're gonna touch back on it very quickly and very briefly here. When you see the global liquidity pulls back up or rallies like that, ETH likes to follow it. So it is lagging. ETH is lagging behind it. So whenever it starts to rally, the liquidity, we see a rally on ETH a few weeks after or a month after that. And now we're seeing it rally again while ETH is sideways here. So I do think in next following weeks we're gonna see ETH doing this, which means those entries we got now here are gonna be way higher, which means as well those are very good entries right now. If ETH starts to rally and go back to 4K, that's gonna be it. That's also one more thing I'm looking at. As well, the global liquidity is in this downtrend, and at some point it's gonna break out. And if once it's gonna break out and starts to rally higher, this is what's gonna cause the real major altcoin season that we're waiting for. And most importantly, let's hide this global liquidity now. You've all seen how ETH now always gets rejected from that 4K. So a level or a resistance, the more it gets tested, the weaker it gets. So the next time ETH actually goes back to 4K, it's gonna be it. It's gonna be the time it breaks out and goes higher, and it's gonna be 2x above today. And once it reaches final target, it's gonna be 4x to 3x, if not 5x above today's prices, which is gonna send those meme coins soaring crazy high. That is very important, something to keep in mind, is that once it is gonna break above 4K, that's it. That's the actual altcoin season. That's what's gonna cause everybody to start to FOMO back in, and that's the plan I'm waiting for. And this uptrend on ETH that's been holding ETH since July basically of 2022 is still holding ETH basically till today, more than 2.5 years later. I don't think this uptrend is gonna break. If anything, this uptrend is gonna lead to a massive break up, as we've seen with the XRP example. Anyways, guys, hope this was helpful. I'll leave you the link to Brett on ETH as well as Dorky on the description, the contract address, as some people might get lost. They are also on exchanges, as I shared with you. And thank you so much for watching today's video till the end, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.